Happy new comic book day, nerds. What's up, guys? It is that time again. It is the best day of the week. It is Wednesday. It is new comic book day, and we have quite the stack to get into this week. Let's get into it. The first book that I want to talk about this week is Sicko #1. Obviously, this was not a pickup for this week since this is the Ash Can, but Sicko #1 by Teenie Howard comes out on July 22nd. This story follows the chronically ill Valentine, who is on the lam from a research facility that she's been kept in. Obviously, anytime a woman tries to pursue her own freedom, the powers that be are going to try to keep her down. I have thoroughly enjoyed Sirens Love Hurts and Teenie's run on Harley Quinn in the past. Teenie writes unhinged women in the most beautiful way possible. Sicko #1, July 22nd. I hope you're there to read it with me. All right, now let's get into this week's pickups. Starting with Absolute Green Lantern #16. The Marvel Swimsuit Special #1 one-shot with this absolutely stunning J. Scott Campbell art on the front. I saw this cover drop what feels like ages ago at this point, and I have been dying to get my hands on it ever since. If I could have this in 11x17 on my wall, I would. Supergirl Survive #2. Batman #11 in this Chris Anka swimsuit variant. I mean, obviously, we know why I picked up this cover. Let's not pretend otherwise. But I have absolutely loved this run of Batman. First and foremost, Jorge Jimenez is the GOAT. His art is beautiful. The way he draws the Bat Fam always draws me in. It's very visually compelling, but even more than that, Matt Fraction loves Batman. You can tell when a writer is truly invested in the voice of the characters, and I get that so much from this run. And of course, after Batman #9 of this run, we had the offshoot into Barbara Gordon breakout, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. Red Sonja She-Devil with a Sword #3. Red Sonja Noir #1, The Plunder and the Princess. Babylon Cove #2. The first issue of Babylon Cove hooked me, maybe after page 3. Page like 1 to 2, I was like, do I like this? I'm relatively new to reading the more horror adjacent, horror satire kind of books. But after getting through the full issue, like, I giggled, I was intrigued, I was very ready to pick up issue at #2. JSA #21. Batgirl #21. X-Men United #5 in both the swimsuit and the David Nakayama color bleed variants. The Immortal Thor #12 in another David Nakayama color bleed variant. Wade Wilson Deadpool #6. Neighborhood Watch #3. Now, this one gives Wisteria Lane meets Clue. We're following two completely opposite worlds across one parallel storyline. And the style is very much in a silly satire of a whodunit that is dark and funny and truly just beautiful to read. I won't lie, the covers are what hooked me on Neighborhood Watch to start off with and why I started picking it up. I knew nothing about this book going into it, and it has been so much fun so far. If you are a lover of social commentary delivered under the guise of a silly little murder mystery, this one is definitely for you. Batman Green Arrow, The Question Arcadia #4. Poison Ivy #46 in the swimsuit variant. The Amazing Spider-Man #32. Spawn #377. She Spawn #3 in this absolutely gorgeous Keen variant. This is another book that I cannot stop talking about at the moment, partially because it is written by Gail Simone. If I talk about comics with any one person for long enough, they are going to hear how much I worship the ground that Gail Simone walks on. She is currently heading up Uncanny X-Men, but has written a ton of my favorite books in the past, including Birds of Prey and Batgirl. If you grew up watching Sarah Connor kick ass and try to save the world, decide right from wrong, fight moral dilemmas, She Spawn is for you. The energy of the Spawnverse is always rowdy and gritty and a little bit rough around the edges. And Gail absolutely captures that in her take on Miss Jessica Priest. Finally this week, we pulled Killer Influencers #1. This was a last second pickup for me. It wasn't a book that was initially on my list, but honestly, my husband saw it and was like, hey, this looks like you'd really like it. So I read up on it, read the description, read the preview, and he was absolutely right. So while I can't give a full review on Killer Influencers #1 just yet, I can tell you that it follows aspiring pro serial killer Melvin. Like, he literally just wants to be famous for being a serial killer. But his problem is every psycho narcissist's biggest nightmare. No one can connect his crimes. But then we have a true crime influencer who comes along, and she is the only one who is tying the pieces together. For Kylie, this is her ticket to stardom. Now, I am a murderino. I have been since year one of My Favorite Murder. I love a true crime doc. I love a true crime docudrama, docu-series, a biopic. So this seems like it is going to be very, very much so up my alley. All right, guys, that is it for this week's new comic book day, July 1st. How is it already July? I gotta get home because I have some books to read. Let me know what you picked up this week down in the comments below. Let me know what you're most excited to read. If you dropped anything this week, if you're just like over it, and I'll see you next time.